A fan favorite running back is finally hitting the free agent market. Should the Eagles sign him or draft Bijan Robinson like Peter King said they should do? We'll review that today. And also the craziest story of the weekend, Russell Wilson was almost an Eagle. We're going to give you that one on today's show. I'm Thomas Mott. This is the Thomas Mott Show. What's up, guys? Thomas Mott here. Welcome to the Thomas Mott Show on a Monday. Happy Easter. Hope you guys had a really great weekend celebrating with friends and family. We're jumping into everything happening in the National Football League, starting with, of course, Kareem Hunt and his not returning to the Cleveland Browns, making him an option for the Philadelphia Eagles. I think every single offseason, people have asked me, Thomas, should we go ahead and sign Kareem Hunt? Every trade deadline, Thomas, should we trade for Kareem Hunt? Well, they never traded for him, but he is going to be available on the free agent market. Pro Football Talk has the article. Let's break it down. Quote, last summer, Browns running back Kareem Hunt thought he deserved more money. Now that he's a free agent, he's finding that NFL teams don't think he deserves much. Hunt will not be back in Cleveland, where the Browns think his speed is slipping, according to Terry Pluto, Cleveland.com. Last year, Hunt averaged a career-low 3.8 yards per carry and a career-low 6 yards per catch. Numbers would seem to confirm the sense that Hunt doesn't have the big play speed he had earlier in his career. In a rough year to be a free agent running back, NFL teams are increasingly concluding that they can just get as much production from a young running back on cheap contracts as they can from veteran free agents. Hunt joins Jerick McKinnon, Zeke Elliott, Leonard Fournette, J.D. McKissick, Mark Ingram, as well as and other well-known veteran running backs who aren't generating much interest, end quote. And so this whole idea of Philadelphia needing another running back could be solved really by Kareem Hunt or could be solved by any of the running backs that were just mentioned. McKinnon, probably not Zeke, but still, Fournette remains a free agent. You almost forgot about that. McKissick and Mark Ingram. And so I've gotten Eagle fans asking me, should you go sign Kareem Hunt to a one-year deal? And the answer for me is very simply no. Philadelphia has 3 running backs right now. They're very confident in Rashad Penny, who obviously was the free agent running back they chose to go ahead and sign. But they signed Boston Scott, and they have Kenny Gainwell. They're set at running back. The only way Philadelphia adds a running back this offseason is one of two things. They take one in the first round, a.k.a. Bijan Robinson or Jahmyr Gibbs, or they sign an undrafted free agent guy to come in and compete for number 4 slot alongside Trey Sermon. Like, there really isn't a scenario, in my opinion, where Philadelphia goes out there and even gets a guy like the UCLA running back in round 3 or gets, someone in round 4 or 5 if they were to kind of trade through the draft. I think they're either confident with what they have, and the whole Bijan, Jahmyr Gibbs stuff is all smoke because they're going to take a defensive or offensive lineman at 10, or they're confident what they have, but the only person they would upgrade to is Bijan Robinson, and I can't decide which it is. Some days I think it's the latter, and they want Bijan Robinson or Jahmyr Gibbs, and other days I think, well, they like Kenny Gainwell and Rashad Penny if he's healthy, and Boston Scott against the Giants. Like, I just can't decide which way we go here, and so I'm out on Kareem Hunt. The numbers seem to go ahead and back this up. He once was a very explosive running back. 2017 when he entered the league, he was good in 2018. He was pretty decent. You can make the argument in 2020, but since then, 2021, 386 yards, 5 touchdowns. 2022, 468 yards and 3 touchdowns. That's with 123 carries as well. So Hunt seems to be a non-factor for me, a no-go for me. But let me know the answer to this question. Would you rather sign another free agent running back like Zeke or Hunt or Fournette, or draft somebody in the first round of the NFL draft? I think I know where the answer will go, but give me your thoughts on that comment down below right now. Okay, quickly, thumbs up for the Facebook page, which is doing really, really well. If you guys have not followed my official Facebook page on Facebook, search The Thomas Mott Show, link down below in the description box. 102 of you guys are following me. I post a lot of exclusive stuff there, a lot of interesting polls and different posts, so be sure to go ahead and give this show a thumbs up and go like my page on Facebook, as we have a lot of great stuff coming up. Speaking of Bijan Robinson, another senior NFL insider has linked Philadelphia to take him, and this comes from Peter King of FMI. Peter King, one of the more, I think, well-known older NFL beat writers or NFL writers in general. You think back to the Monday Morning Quarterback and his stuff with NBC Sports. I met Peter King in person, very nice guy. He goes against the grain and goes for Bijan Robinson. Listen to this, quote, I think if I were Howie Roseman, I'd draft Bijan Robinson 10th overall. Break the Eagles' mold of always fortifying the 2 lines and to say the word. And to say to the world, okay, you try and stop Jalen Hurts, A.J. Brown, Devontae Smith, Dallas Goedert, and Bijan Robinson. I know you can't. He basically, end quote, he basically just lined up every single argument that the pro-Bijan crowd has out there, and it's a pretty darn good one. I said this on the Wednesday live show with Josh Davis all the time. As much as I think they're going to go offensive and defensive line, could you stop Hurts, Smith, Brown, Goddard, and Robinson as a defense? Is there a defense out there that can line up with all 5 of those superstar players? You got to account for Jalen Hurts running and throwing. Got to account for A.J. Brown one-on-one, Devontae Smith one-on-one, Dallas Goedert one-on-one, and Bijan Robinson running the football. I don't know. It's going to be tough. The good news is we are less than 3 weeks away from the April 27th NFL Draft Thursday night. Going to be live with Josh Davis, and for that one, going to be a bunch of fun. Be sure to subscribe and thumbs up for Bijan and more Bijan drama, because this is not going to be the last story that we have talked about, not even close on this show. Okay, final story here comes via The Weeknd. This was Joey Molinaro, who of course is the impersonator, who also has a podcast, interviewed Ian Rappaport, and was actually kind of asking him some crazy stuff that has happened in the past that never really panned out. Listen to this about Russell Wilson and the Eagles. This is very interesting.
Juiciest rumor you've heard at the Combine that's like, oh, okay.
I'll give you one from last year, just so I don't ruin anything from this year.
Yeah.
There were times last year when I was pretty convinced at the Combine that either the Eagles or the Commanders were going to trade for Russell Wilson. That was one where, like, you kind of stopped everything and you're like, hang on. Now, it turned out that was not something he was into, and he was only into going to the Broncos, and it's become a story. But as far as, like, stop everything and get to work, that was something that I think shook my brain a little bit last year.
How about that? So all the rumors that the Eagles were trying to trade for Russell Wilson, were interested in Russell Wilson, according to Rap Sheet, were true. It was Russell Wilson who didn't want to be an Eagle. Thank goodness the Eagles did not do that trade. Wow, you can look back and thank your lucky stars. This also shows you the Eagles did not know Hurts was going to be this good. There's all that talk of, oh, they knew, and Doug Peterson knew when he drafted him, and Sirianni took the job because... No. They didn't know. None of us knew. You didn't know. You didn't know Hurts was going to be this good. Turns out he was, and the Eagles have, I'm not going to say luck, because there's a lot of work involved in even taking a quarterback, but they've gotten very fortunate in where they're at for not having Russell Wilson, even though I still think Wilson can be pretty good in the NFL. But overall, the Eagles really dodged a bullet, especially when you look at the compensation Denver gave up in order to get him. Okay, final story here quickly. It is OBJ. He is officially off the market. Thank goodness. No more OBJ wide receiver 3 to the Eagles talk here on the Thomas Mott Show. It was never going to happen, and it's never going to happen in the numbers you see on your screen. 1-year deal, up to $18 million. Not officially $18 million, even though it can be, but the fact that OBJ got $18 million on a 1-year deal to go to a franchise that has grossly grossly underdrafted and brought in wide receiver talent in the Baltimore Ravens, for a team that's still trying to bring back Lamar Jackson is shocking to me. Thank goodness the Eagles stayed away. This guy has not played football in a very long time, has not been the old OBJ in a very long time, and even if he is, a 1-year $18 million deal never made sense for the Eagles or for really anybody else. This also shows you that DeAndre Hopkins, and there's a report coming out earlier today saying that's going to happen more towards the draft, the Eagles won't be able to afford him. I've talked about Hopkins in the past if you would take a team-friendly deal, but if OBJ gets 18, D-Hop's not taking anything less than 20 in free agency, or I should say with a trade and then a restructuring, and so probably out on him as well. Quez Watkins or an undrafted free agent or a late-round draft pick will be your wide receiver 3. I feel very, very confident in that. Okay, plenty more stuff happening next couple of days and weeks here. We're kind of in that little lull of the draft where, like, all the draft type is starting to really kind of come up, and then it steadies a little bit, and then we get the draft. We're here. I'm expecting a lot more news coming out in the next couple of days and weeks. Be sure to subscribe, thumbs up, and stay tuned for that. I'm Thomas Mott on a Monday. This has been the Thomas Mott Show.